And welcome to another season 2026 Jax Jungle video. My grandmaster DSMNOS. Welcome to my one place Jax Jungle guide. Everything you need to know about 2026 Jax Jungle reigns, builds, and other strategies. So today I'm going to be explaining everything builds, the best builds and the worst builds, and also the best and the worst reigns also. Other strategies like from where you can start doing the camps and when you can start the Baron and everything. Everything about Jax Jungle will be explained today, guys. So just let's go for it. So as for this first build of Jax Jungle will be actually about AP Jax Jungle, guys. Yes, AP Jax Jungle is actually quite popular in this season and everybody's love playing AP Jax Jungle just because of its one-shot capabilities to any squishy. But I think in my opinion, with my experience, if I'm talking about, then I wouldn't suggest people to go this build in rank games because this is going to be literally troll. Any player who has really good amount of vision, he can actually kill you, insta-kill you. You're way too squishy, and I wouldn't actually recommend players to go this build in rank games. If you want to have fun, like bully any jungler, any squishy junglers, then I think I would strongly recommend people to go with this build in normals and draft games. No rank games, and the build is actually about AP Jax Jungle Build, which is Dusk and Dawn, Shadow Flame, Nash's Tooth, Zonias, and Berserker Greaves. Just because if you want to clear jungle camps faster. You can go any boots according to the situation. You can have fun. But the best reigns, this build will be with two different reigns, which is Phase Rush and Dark House reigns. You can see in your screens, these are the best reigns you can go with this build. But these reigns will be way too useless if you want to clear camps faster. Now, I'm going to show you all an example here. Now, let's take an example here, guys. As you all can see, I'm like literally level 9 and Malphite is level 7. Just because of this, my laners are winning doesn't mean that I'm actually out farming him. It's because there's also a big gap here. You can see this guy is literally like way too behind in farming. He's like 48 CS and I'm like 109 in 12 minutes. This is because of slow clearing camps of Dark Coverage reigns against LT. LT reigns, I think after your first item you should be fine with clearing your camps. But if you're going Dark Coverage with the same AP build, I don't think so you'll be able to clear camps. Not like this way. After the resistance of the jungle camps has been increased in this season, I don't think so. You'll be able to clear camps faster and provide some assistance in the team fights. But if you want to have fun in swift play, then you can go for it. But I wouldn't recommend all people to go in rank games. This is basically a troll. You can try this in swift play because swift play has been changed to level. Now it starts from level 3 and you can play for the true drakes only. You scale hard, it's like a Mobile Legends game. You can have fun without any problem. Alright, so I think in my opinion, this might be the worst range to play AP Jax Jungle Build in ranks and drafts. As for the build, I think you can try with LT. Do not try Dark House reigns with this one because you'll see you're way too slow and you'll be pointless to play this. I mean, your champion itself will be getting like really behind, so please don't try it. You can try this build if you want to have fun in swift play only. No build problem, only reigns. Build you can try with multiple reigns like LT. You can try it also with press the attack. Now let's go for the next build. So as for the next build of Jax Jungle is actually the AP Jax Jungle build, guys, which is the Triforce, Field and the Belts, Omens, Bundle Pipes, and Ninja Tabbies. Well, this is actually more of an underestimating build and is actually quite cheaper. Compared to the last season builds of Jax Jungle, I think this build is actually much cheaper, which includes critical strike, armor, and attack speed as well. Just because this build is actually quite cheap doesn't mean that it's not really effective. It is actually effective, but not against bruisers or tanks. So if you're fighting against some bruisers, then I think you should be definitely going Blade Ranking, including Omens. But if you're fighting against some super squishy champions like ADCs and something like that, if you're fighting against champions like Kindred, Samira, Zeri, all the champions who have high mobility, I think this build should be absolutely fine because due to the Omain's active, it kind of slows them down, and it also gives critical strike with this field in the bows. So this build might be the perfect one to try against squishies. And for the runes you need to go with this build will be LT, PTA and Conquer runes. You can go 3 runes with this build because this build is actually AD and not AP. So you can absolutely have fun going this build. And also this build includes Gunblade, Hextech Gunblade. This is just the 4 items one. If I'm talking about the 5 items, it also includes Hextech Gunblade. Go Hextech Gunblade including Omains. God, you're gonna just love this build. You can try this build in ranked games too, but before that, I would strongly recommend players to go try in normals first. Draft, play it. If you feel comfortable, try it in ranks. Okay, but do not go straight for the rank games because I think there can be multiple setbacks with this build. Because I don't think so this build has enough damage nor sustain. This build doesn't have magic resistance. This is where we are going to change. If you don't feel comfortable with Bandle Pipes, you should definitely go for Kinetic Ruken. That can be the most effective item against burst AP champions. If you're fighting against some super burst AP champions, you can go Kinetic Ruken and have fun. But do not go Bandle Pipes just because it's passive and cheap if you're fighting against some AP champions. If you're fighting against some normal AD bruiser champions, then you can go Bandle Pipes and take the advantage of fanfare. As for the Omains, I think this item includes in every AD Jax Jungle build. If you're not going Omains as your 3rd item, then I'm afraid then you will be getting one shot by the ADC. A fair ADC is enough to carry the entire game like a piece of cake in the season. And after the 26.2 patches, I think everything is going to change for the ADCs as well. Jax is not getting a nerf, which is a really good sign. Neither Dusk and Dawn. So, as for me, I think in my opinion, do not play any other build without Omains if you want to carry the games properly. If you are expecting or if you're testing any items, yes, I'm all ears guys, you can let me know in the comment section. Alright guys, let's go for the 5th and the most powerful build of all time in this season. Well, as for me, in my experience, if I'm talking about, then I think it's better to go Dusk and Dawn, Hextech Gunblade, Omain's Blade of Rinking, Kinetic Ruken and Ninja Tabbies. I think this build is actually one of the most toppest and the most finest build you can ever imagine as Jax Jungle in this season. This build has AP, armor, tank killing abilities and magic resistance as well. So basically this build is actually pretty all-rounder. And also I made a long form video of this build. You can go and check the entire match, and also other builds will also be shown with the full match as well. So just want to show you all that how incredible we can be with these builds, alright? Because these builds are the most best ones in my experience if I'm talking. You can climb in rank games with this build, especially in this build. This build is perfect to handle situations like I've survived in impossible situations if I'm talking about guys. You can see in your screens that I've survived in multiple impossible situations with this build, and I've also done solo Baron with this build. With only 3 items, Blade Rune King, Dusk and Dawn and Hextech Gunblade. This build also includes Hextech Gunblade, so just remember that, okay? If you're not actually performing, even if you're actually behind in early games, you will be able to scale in the late games. And I think no champion has actually defeated me with this build in a 1v1 in any of the game level. In the early games, in the mid games, in the late games, no one has actually defeated me. Once I get my Dusk and Dawn, I don't think so anyone can be a tough fight for me. Yes, Dusk and Dawn has actually saved me in multiple impossible situations. And I don't think so you will have any problem playing this build. And also this build includes different runes. There are 2 different runes, which includes LT, Resolve, and LT with Inspiration. You can go the other 2 runes also, which are the Conqueror and PTA. But if you're talking about the rank games, do not try Conqueror or PTA. See, if you're a very well experienced LT runes player, then I don't think so you're gonna have fun with PTA. PTA will give you early games advantage, but no scaling. You will feel like absolutely disgusting when it comes down to the late games. No attack speed and you will be like too demotivated. Alright? So Conqueror, PTA, no in ranks, but in draft and normals you can go for sure, but no in ranks. Okay? LT, yes, you can go. The LT would be the best range to go in rank games. but not in draft and normal swift plays. Okay, let's go for the next build. Now, the next build is actually more for Juggernaut's Bruiser special build, which includes Triforce, Bolts, Omains, Battle Pipes, and Black Cleaver. Well, I like to add Black Cleaver in this situation is because if you're fighting against some heavily fed Juggernauts like Eliu, Mordekaiser, and Bessa, all the champions, well, you can also include Blade of Rinking with this build, but I don't think so. Battle Pipes might be the best item to go against this Juggernauts. So I think instead of Battle Pipes, you can go Blade of Rinking and smash every Juggernaut. You can handle situations pretty easily with Black Cleaver, including Blade Rinking. If you're fighting against a fed Nasus, then you should be definitely going these two items. And Hextech Gunblade, it's pretty good against Juggernaut, but due to the AP I built, I think it's pretty good against range champions. So I wouldn't suggest players to go Hextech Gunblade against heavily bruisers. Even Cassante, Blade Rinking, Black Cleaver, well, you'll be the top-notch player for sure. So Triforce, Bolts, Omains, Blade Rinking, Battle Pipes, and Black Cleaver. This build is actually more suitable with different 4 ruins, which are LT with Resolve, LT with Inspiration, PTA with Inspiration, and Conqueror with Domination ruins. These are the 4 ruins which will be the most suitable ones to try with this build. Okay, you can, since it's an 80, you can go 4 different builds. You can go 4 different ruins and have fun with this one. So trust me on this, guys. This build will be really effective if you want to have some fun against Juggernaut. Alright guys, let's move to the next build. Now, this is more of a Haxor build. Well, the challenger is also Jax top laner. Well, I made it with his build. The reason why I made this build is just because if your team is actually quite squishy, then you can be this perfect tank to handle the situations in more perfect way. Now, this build includes Iceborne Gauntlet, Field Hunter Bolts, Sunlit Sky, Winter Blazed, and Omains. Winter Blaze, well, that's the item of Haxor. Omains is one of his items which I want to include in this build, including Sunlit Sky and Bolts. Iceborne Gauntlet will be the core item with Haxor. With the Field Bow will be the critical strike. Sunlit Sky will also include this build. Winter's Blast, it's actually pretty cheap and quite effective with the Jax build, okay? Omains, ADCs. Kinetic Rook can also go. You can go Kinetic Rook too with this build. You can have fun with this build. And also, this build has a special ruins. Just because of this build is actually quite tanky, you can go this ruins, which includes Grasp of Undying Range, Demolish, Bone Plating, Overgrowth. You can go all these ruins in one for this specific build. I'm not suggesting my players to go with Grasp of Undying Range specifically built for this build. You can go openly, beat the frontliner without any problem, and you will have a lot of sustain, that's for sure. But in the end, you won't be able to carry the game properly if you're not going to be fed. So clearing camps might be quite difficult for you because of its slow clearing camps and the resistance has been increased. So I think in my opinion, the early games will be quite difficult for you to experience it. But in the late games, you'll be the raid boss with no problem at all. You can fight any champion in 1v1. You can also defeat them in 1v1. Just because your tank doesn't mean you're not going to give damage. Which is why we're going Bolts and Sunlit Sky. 280 damages items should be absolutely fine with 3 tank items. Iceborne Gauntlet passive might be really effective against squishy champions, so you won't have any problem fighting them. Winter's Blast, no mana issue. Omains, no AD problems. Kinetic Rook can also be included in this build, so you can go with that one. Or you can go, if you are like getting gold capped, then you can go Abyssal Mask as well. That item is actually quite cheap, so you can go openly with that. So, as for the last and the final build of Jax Jungle, I think I've named this build as an all-rounder Jax Jungle build. Well, this build actually includes Dusk and Dawn, Stridebreaker, Omains, C44, and Kinetic Rook. Well, you can also go Bolts, but I think so this build is actually the perfect one to carry in ranked games and even the normals. Because this build is actually pretty insane in every way. Dusk and Dawn has API build. Stridebreaker has faster clearing abilities, and also you can have gain attack speed with faster wave clearing as well. Omains has armor, C44 has range, and Kinetic Rook has magic resistance. So basically this build is complete all-rounder. you won't have any problem with this build. But I think I've faced one issue with this build is that if you're trying to go Stridebreaker as your second item, then you might feel quite squishy in the early games. But third item Omains, after you get to Omains, I think no one can defeat you. And also with C44, man, you're gonna love the range. The C44 passive is the reason why we are going. In the next patch, it will be actually the range passive will be quite nerfed, but the area ratio will be increased. So I think in my opinion, you will have incredible amount of advantage with this build against squishies. You can slow multiple ways, active of both the area items. Stridebreaker's active, Omain's active, passive of C44, Kinding Rooken, magic resistance item. This build is in a complete Mega God raid boss. So with this build, I think the range would be the best one. You can go Conqueror PT normals, have fun, and also Conqueror range might be quite effective with the sustain. As for the LT, I've tried it in multiple ways and I had no issues with this build. So you can openly go 4 reigns. LT with Resolve, LT with Inspiration, Conquer with Domination reigns, and PTA with Inspiration. No problem with it. You will be having the best time of your life for sure. You can carry games in a beat and no problem, no one's it's going to be stopping you from getting fed. That's for sure, guys. So that's it for today, guys. I think really hope so that you guys understood what I was trying to say about my builds, ruins, and strategies. Let me know in the comment section if you guys actually have any doubts or anything about your builds. I will be personally helping you in every way. Or also, if you want to join my membership, please do it. I will be personally teaching you through Discord and in your live games as well. Enjoy the games, guys, and let me know in the comment section how you guys actually experience with this ruins and builds and other stuffs, okay? So I'll see you in the Rift next time.